All right, hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage, and today we're working on another LS motor. This is a 2009 Chevy Tahoe motor with DOD, or active fuel management, whatever you want to call it. So today the goal is to tear it down, find out exactly what it needs. We know it was tapping for sure. He said that it was knocking, maybe lifters, maybe bottom end, maybe oil pump, don't know. But for sure we're putting head gaskets on it and we're doing a DOD delete on it. So that's what we're gonna do for the day. Now, I got some assistants with me today. He's hiding over there by the toolbox, way over there. Yeah, y'all ain't seen him in months, have you? Has it? Matter of fact, when was the last time you was out here with us?
Long time ago.
I think he was working on LS motor the last time. The first one we put together on the channel. So, he said he's gonna snatch that off by hand, so let's just see how this works.
Can't do it.
All right, bring it back in a bit. Oh, hold on. He's already cracked the valve covers loose. Let's see what it looks like under there. That's not terrible. That's kind of terrible. Eh, I've seen worse.
You gotta wash it, man.
And this side. There she is. Once again, not terrible. So, bring it back in a bit. All right, got the rocker arms off. Jason's draining the oil. And nice and milky, sludgy looking nastiness. Yummy. So, now we gotta find out what caused that, because supposedly it just had the head gaskets done on it. But we're doing it anyway, so let's get back into it. All right, top plate removal. You going for it? Or you want me? I think he wants to go for it. Let's see what happens. See what's under there.
Straight coated with oil.
Well, it ain't covered in sludge. It ain't too awful. Well, yeah, it's just oil. Nothing real special going on down in there. Camshaft looks halfway decent from here anyway. It's a little dirty, but. All right, so here we are. Next day, we got into this thing, tearing it in. Here's where we made it to. Got the balancer off, got the, you see what we got. And we went and got something to eat, and then just for some reason didn't come back. So I'm here by myself now. So let's find out if this is VVT. It does not appear to be a VVT motor, but it is not. So this is just a DOD motor. It makes things easier for swapping the camshaft. So let's slide down here real quick. Take a look at the slop in the timing chain just because it's fun to see. Well, there's really not much slop because of the design they have. And it keeps tension on it, these little tensioners and all. So there you go. So now we will see what's next. All right, let's pull this head. See what it looks like under here. Dowel pins in the head. Top of the piston's covered in slag and carbon buildup. Top of the piston covered in carbon buildup. That one's got a little moisture on it. Firing ring looks good. Firing ring looks good. Firing ring looks good. Firing ring looks good. A little something right there. It's weird. A little something right there is weird, but looks okay. Let's get the other one off. Awesome. That cylinder has water on it. I'll bring it back. Somebody's here. All right. Well, yeah, as I said earlier, somebody showed up. I disappeared for a few hours. It's dark. Now we're back. So, there's a short and download on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see in here real well, but there's water sitting on the cylinder wall. It's got just a small rust line, nothing major. It will clean up. If this was my motor, I'd hit it with a honing stone 3-leg hone and call it a day and send it, but it's not. It's customer's motor. We're gonna send it to the machine shop, or I'm gonna give him the options in what he's to do, and hopefully, you know, he'll tell me what to do. I'm gonna suggest him to send it to the machine shop. He'll more than likely do what I suggest him to do. So this will be a tear down video, and then when we get back, we'll put it back together. So I know we've done one of these recently. It was an older one, not the non-DOD motor, 03 I think it was. But this is a DOD motor. So now let's get the rest of it pulled apart, and let's go look at what these lifters look like, because I know some people are probably wondering. All right, let's get a few of these lifters out, see what they look like, and then we'll bring you back for some more action in a minute. Lifter out. Lifter tray. Ah. All right, here we go. Two long some bitches. The rolly wheels and all up here are okay, but yeah, not real sure of anything else though. Let's check out his friends. They look like they were just replaced, like he said they were. Had to go grab a tool to get these out with. So now we'll reach in here and we'll grab it. They're too oily for me to pull out by finger. That wheel looks fine. So now let's see if we can see signs of it flattening on the camshaft. No, these four look good. So we'll pull the next set. Leave those right there. Get the lifter tray. Pull it out. Inspect the rollers. The roller itself looks fine. We'll put this bolt back in like we always do. Alright, we'll get these other two lifters out real quick. Roller looks fine. And that roller looks fine and rolls fine. So this side's fine. So I'll pull the other side apart, and if I find something crazy, I'll bring y'all back. All right. Well, as far as lifter goes, I don't really see anything major wrong. This one's dirty. This one's really dirty. Like chunks of stuff was falling off of it when I took it out. So you can actually see a little like black all in it. It's weird. This one doesn't have that. So it's like, I don't understand that. But the roller wheel looked fine. The oil around it's fine. It's not, see here, when you reach in that hole where that one come from, it is got crap buildup all around that lifter. So I don't know why it would do that, but it is. Considering the rest of the motor actually looks decent. Well, either way, let's unbolt the pan, drop it, and then we'll roll over and see what's going on. All right, I'd like to take a quick brief intermission on the current project we're working on, just to ask y'all to like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment on the videos, as it helps the channel grow and lets me know what y'all like and don't like about the videos, as well as when you leave a comment, I'm guaranteed to reply, because I reply to every comment left in the videos. So there you go. Let's now return to our current project. And now we're going to try our best not to make a mess. So, let's see. Last bolt. And she's coming. Well, mostly coming. She's thinking about coming. It's kind of weird. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oh, let's do some wobbling. Oh. I don't understand. I've never had one do this on an LS motor. Most of the time, the pan will fall off. Bring the gasket with it pretty easily. Most of the time. At least on LS motors. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh, that's real nasty. Look at that's disgusting. I'll bring it in just a second. Alright. Well, I kind of lied. It's just muddy water looking. It's just, look, and it's not really sludge yet. It'll wipe off. It's pretty disgusting though. And then you come down here at the bottom of the pan, and it's pure sludge and debris. You can actually see the grit. Isn't that nice? It's really disgusting. Alright, well, let's get it rolled over. Yeah, and see what we got. And it's time for that dreaded time. The spin over. So let's see what happens here. Trying to outsmart it. I need to get a couple of them engine stand pans. Well, I guess that's all we can do. Here we go. That's it. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this one real quick. See what she looks like. And, you know, kind of go from there. And then I'll probably pull the rest of them off camera. But let's get a good idea what everything looks like right here before we do anything. So, I want my socket, which I'm going to need. Ain't that stupid how that happens. And the bearing stuck to the crankshaft. Doesn't surprise me. So, let's see if we can get it off. It doesn't look awful. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't look awful. It's not the worst bearing I've ever seen. It's got a lot of time on it. There's no wear marks in it. Just a lot of scratching. It's worn some. Like I said, it's not awful. I'm just concerned with all the water and all that's been in it. And another man's tired of dealing with problems with this thing. So let's see if we can see what this piston looks like and all. That was what we're doing here. That was the whole point of everything we're doing. Pistons don't look awful. The rings still float. That's good. The oil ring, on the other hand, does not float anymore. It's stuck. So the top two rings actually float around nice, and the oil ring is built up in carbon and shit. It does not move. Let's see if I can hook it with my fingernail anywhere real quick. Try to get her to move. There she is, right? Nope, that's not. There it is, right there. Yep, oil ring does come loose. It's just, let's see how bad it is. Want to? Oil ring. Yeah, I mean the middle ring on it is full of trash. Even after pulling that ring, the middle ring is just slam full. So, what can you do? I would say the best course of action would be to send it to the machine shop and straighten everything up. This is a Gen 4 rod, which is what we expect out of this motor. You can hear all the trash in it because the rod sticks, but it's a floating pin rod. So, there you go. Let's, I'll finish tearing it down and bring it back when it's torn apart. Probably tomorrow morning. I want to go to bed. Alright, all the rods and pistons were out. Didn't find anything major problems there. Just besides the fact the motor sludged up, which I showed you. So now we're going to proceed to pulling the crank out and oil pump, timing chain, all that good stuff. So, let's get to it. Alright, oil pump. Simple. Alright, grab the pump. Pull it off. Doesn't look real bad in there. All right, time and chain. Get him off real quick. Spin this off. Oh, I'm really supposed to take the guides off. All right, let me find my 10 mil right here. Now, let's take the chain off. Oh, come on now. Don't be angry that I won. There it is. All right, chain is going to come loose off the crankshaft. Maybe. There it goes. There goes the guide. There's the wore out chain. Thrust surface looks okay. Thrust plate looks fine. We won't be reusing that chain, I'm pretty sure. Apparently, something different about this one. So let's grab a ratchet. These have Loctite on them. That's why it's different. Now, cam plate. This thrust gasket is gone. It's not above the surface anymore. So it's junk. Alright, so what we're going to do, because this one's stuck in there pretty good, take the original cam gear, kind of throw it on there, and it'll fall on eventually. Alright, so now what you'll do is you'll grab and walk the camshaft out. You'll be able to see the bearings on it as we come apart here. You can already tell it's tight because it don't really want to just fall out, and it should just come right out. That rod bearing's still trying to be in the way. I would have fished it out, but I know I'm not reusing the camshaft that comes out of it. It's going in it, so. Okay. And honestly, the cam doesn't look awful. All right, main bearing number 1 off. And we got a nice little scrape and scar through the center of him. Kind of ugly. So let's keep going. See what else we can find. Already cracked these loose, so getting them off won't be that big of a deal. Main bearing number 2, looks fine. Thrust main. See what we got going on here. Looks pretty good. No scarring. Number 4. There's a scratch in it, pretty deep. Oh yeah, it grabs on the fingernail too. It's pretty, so it's got some good scratching in number 4. And this one, I don't think I've cracked him loose yet, so let's. There we go. All right. It's got a couple good scratches, but once again, it's not bad. Now let's look at the crank itself. All right. And the number 1 on the crank journal looks fine. The bearing looked a little rough. 2 looks fine. 3 looks fine. 4 looks fine. And 5 has a scratch in it that's pretty good. It's stuck. Why is it stuck? Somebody tell me. You know what? I know why it won't spin. I bet that the timing chain plate and the timing chain bolts are dug into it. Let's find out. Probably needs to be a 10 millimeter. Now let's try to pull it out. Hey, it rotates nice and smooth again. See? What I'm talking about the bolts length, it really matters. Let's go. All right, well, here's our crank. Tighten the bolts up in here. Sorry about that, the camera died while I was talking about the camshaft, I think. But short story is, cam bearings, typical story on these things. So, we've got her broke down all the way. Heads are right there. Pistons, block, and now we'll be able to send it to the machine shop and have him do his magic. So, I guess that's it for this one. And I don't know what we're doing next. Probably something to do with that big block Chevy right over there. That one. So, bring you back in a bit.